The Miraculous Journey of Bartholomew the Bumblebee. In a kingdom vast and filled with wonders, nestled within a sun-drenched valley, thrived a spectacular, perennial garden, the creation of Bartholomew the Bumblebee. No ordinary bumblebee, Bartholomew held a mystic power unknown to any other creature in the realm. Bartholomew could weave the enchanting threads of magic into the roots of plants, coaxing them to bloom all year round. Among the diverse foliage, numerous flowers painted a vibrant palette across the valley. Zinnias of zealous orange, violets with their velvet coats, sunflowers reaching for the sky, and roses of rapturous red, all greeted the days with their charming faces, thanks to Bartholomew. One summer, however, a terrible drought besieged the kingdom. The sky, once clear and blue, turned a ghastly shade of gray, and the once bountiful brooks dried up, turning the ground into a parched, cracked surface. As the days passed, even the magic of Bartholomew couldn't keep the garden's glory from fading. Each day, Bartholomew watched helplessly as petals fell and leaves wilted. Unlike the other bees, Bartholomew understood the profound implications of the drought. Bartholomew understood that without these beautiful blossoms, bees and other creatures would lose their precious source of food. It was then Bartholomew realized the enormous task lying ahead, saving the enchanted garden. A plan hatched in Bartholomew's mind. Bartholomew knew of a hidden, mystical spring within the kingdom's dense forest, the spring of Sylvius. Sylvius waters were known to bring life back to the driest of lands, but it was guarded by a wise but capricious sprite named Linden. So, Bartholomew took a deep breath, gazing one last time at the wilting flowers, and then flew towards the dense woodland where the spring of Sylvius lay hidden. The forest was a labyrinth of towering trees and knotted roots, but Bartholomew pressed on, the image of the dying garden burned into its heart. After days of tireless journeying, Bartholomew reached the spring of Sylvius. The spring, in all its shimmering glory, was a sight to behold. But Bartholomew's admiration was cut short by the appearance of Linden, the sprite Bartholomew was told about. Linden, capricious and cunning, posed a challenge before Bartholomew could gain access to the spring's water. "You wish to save your garden, don't you, little bee?" Linden asked, a smirk playing on his face. "Then, answer my riddle. If you succeed, the water is yours. If you fail, you will never find your way out of this forest." Bartholomew had no choice. Accepting the challenge, Bartholomew listened as Linden put forth his riddle. "What can fill a room but takes no space?" Linden asked. Bartholomew, despite the fear brewing within, thought of the garden. Suddenly, the answer came. "Light," Bartholomew responded, surprising even Linden. With a begrudging nod, Linden allowed Bartholomew to fill a small, magical flask with the water from the spring of Sylvius. The flask, while small, held an infinite amount of water. Returning to the garden was no easy task. The drought had intensified, and the forest now held dangers of wildfires. With every gust of hot wind, the danger of a spark igniting a flame increased exponentially. Fires broke out intermittently, but Bartholomew, determined to save the magical garden, navigated through the flaming underbrush, utilizing the utmost caution. Finally, Emerging from the forest, scorched but unscathed, Bartholomew found the garden in a dire state. Once vibrant flowers were now lifeless, their wilted forms a heartbreaking sight. But the little bumblebee held in its possession the key to their salvation, the water from the spring of Silvius. Bartholomew, without wasting a moment, started sprinkling the magical water around the garden, starting with the flowers most affected by the drought. As the first drops fell, something miraculous happened. The water seeped into the dry, cracked earth and spread rapidly beneath the surface, quenching the thirst of the wilting roots. Soon enough, the garden was buzzing with renewed life. Brown, withered leaves turned into a lively green, flowers that were on the brink of death started blooming again, and those that had fallen sprung back from their seeds. The magical garden had been restored to its former glory. Bartholomew's courageous act did not go unnoticed. The news of the little bee's heroic deeds spread throughout the kingdom. Bartholomew became a symbol of hope and resilience, a reminder that even the tiniest creature could make a significant difference. The whole kingdom rejoiced as they saw the beautiful, vibrant garden once again full of life. Bartholomew's tireless efforts saved not only the magical garden but also the livelihood of countless creatures that depended on it. The drought eventually passed, and life returned to normal in the kingdom. But the memory of Bartholomew's brave journey remained, a testament to the power of determination and the will to overcome the harshest of challenges. The garden continued to bloom all year round, a symbol of resilience and hope, thanks to the brave bumblebee named Bartholomew.